everyone. So my name's Jen of Gingerella, or Gingerella J on Instagram, and I've been drawn out of my YouTube reveries, my YouTube silence, to take part in the 5 questions 1 take challenge, which is the brainchild of Lisa Kish, I think it is, who's also called And So On YouTube. And I was tagged by the Stitch sisters, who are Nikki from Sodbury Sewing and Rachel from She Sews Vintage. So I had so much fun watching their video that I really just had to get involved. So hopefully you enjoy. It's going to be quite tough to do just 1 take, not just ordinarily, but especially because I haven't vlogged in so long. So I'll try. I want to get my tags out of the way, just like the Stitch sisters, get it out of the way early on so that I don't forget to do that. So I'd like to tag Lee of Clueless Lee or Clueless Seamstress. She is on YouTube, I think. Sarah from Like So Amazing, Susanna from Sea Salt and Stitches, Amanda from I Sew A Lot, and lastly Lizzie by No. See, look, that's the bit I would normally cut out, but we'll have to leave it in. Last but by no means least is what I was going to say, Lizzie B. So right, those are all my tags out of the way. So let me get up, and I think we can unplug this now. Let me get up the questions. So question number 1. If you were given a paid sabbatical to spend a year living anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? So I've tried to think about these questions before starting the video, and it's not easy actually. It's not as easy as I thought it might be. There was a time when I considered America, and actually there was a point where I considered emigrating to either America, Canada or Australia. But actually I think it would have to be Canada. I think there's so much to see there. There are parts, or that America scares me a little bit, especially of late, I suppose. But yeah, I think it would have to be Canada. I don't know where in Canada exactly. There's potential that I have some family, unknown family over there, just based on some history in my family, so I'd like to go and investigate that. But yeah, I don't know where, but it looks great, and I'd really like to investigate it further. So yeah, I think Canada, even though it might be a little bit cold in parts, so that's why I'd have to choose carefully. Or I might go to more than one place. Yeah, probably go to more than one place. Okay, I think I've answered that one. So question number 2. Who was your favourite teacher growing up and how did they influence you? That is number 2, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so I had obviously a lot of teachers. Everyone has a lot of teachers, but actually I would have to say it was my physics teacher when I was doing my A-levels. So if you're in the UK you'll know what that is, but in the US I don't know what it might be called, but it's when the qualifications that you do between the ages of 16 and 18, so just before you go to university or college. And her name was Barbara Michalak, so she wasn't originally from Poland. Yeah, I had to make sure I got that right. She wasn't originally from Poland, but her heritage was Polish. And yeah, she was just so much fun, and she knew so much physics, and knew so much about physics, was really good at physics. Come on, Jen, speak properly. Let me take a drink, this might be better, this might be easier. She was just really good at it, and she was so enthusiastic, and also being female, I guess, was a really positive role model for me. And I think the reason why I loved it so much was, or loved her so much for it, was because I didn't really want to do physics after high school. My dad kind of, I don't want to say forced me, but he really encouraged me to do the sciences. And I hadn't really been very good at science in school. And actually there's a whole topic there around I don't think high school level science is taught very well in the UK, mainly because it's difficult to find physics teachers, and yeah, so that's a whole other topic. But I was really scared that I was going to be rubbish, and she was just amazing at making me realise that I could do it. So that was great. And after a year of doing that, in fact probably more quickly than that, so less than a year, I realised I couldn't see myself doing anything other than physics after that point. This was before I discovered sewing, though, I should say. But yeah, I went on to do physics at university and did a bachelor's degree, a master's and a PhD, and I put it down in part to Mrs. Michalak. So yeah, she's amazing. And in all of her classes, you know, you'd be doing an example about fluids, and it wouldn't be, you know, you've got a litre of water, it would be, you have a litre of vodka, and yeah. And I think the main point there was to use different quantities in the calculations. That's really boring, but I just love that she always used vodka, and she used to rant and rave about the Chernobyl disaster, and yeah, she was just awesome, and I would love to be able to get in contact with her and thank her for everything that she did for me in that respect. Okay, that was really long and wordy. Question 3. Name 3 things besides sewing that you're good at. Okay, it's quite hard, only in that it's reasonably straightforward to name 1, but to name 3 is really difficult, which I think other people have said as well. So I'd probably have to say number 1 would be physics, I suppose. I don't think that's because I'm some sort of genius or anything. That was what I chose, and that was the route that I took. I really do think pretty much anyone could do physics if they have the right teacher, which leads back to the answer I just gave. Okay, what else? I'm really good at learning song lyrics and tunes, actually. So if I listen to a song once, I'll know the words pretty much, unless they're difficult to decipher. And also, I will probably before even the end of the song, I'll know the tune already. And I think that comes from, I was in choirs a lot, and that's how we learn really. The conductor would play us a piece, and then we'd have to try and pick it up straight away. She wasn't being aggressive about it or anything, it was just like, oh okay, let's see how much we can pick up, and then it sort of became a challenge to work out how much can I pick up. And I think it also comes from, I really pay attention to song lyrics, because I can, you know, if I really like the lyrics in a song, then it can really resound with what, I can really identify with what the song's about. So yeah, I pay a lot of attention to lyrics, which just means I'm quite good at them as well, picking them up. Oh, 3 things. This isn't one that I would necessarily say, but something that people have said recently, I suppose, with moving in and decorating, that I have a good eye for style. So that's quite nice. And I've heard similar sorts of compliments in passing about what I wear as well, I guess. So yeah, maybe, I don't know. At one point I used to want to be an interior designer, so maybe it's me trying to chase after that dream a little bit. I don't know. Okay, well there's 3, so let's not talk about it anymore. Do you cook? Yes, I do cook. I really like cooking, actually. I have some go-to meals that I do. So a salmon, lemon and pea risotto. What meal / recipe are you most known for? If you don't cook, what meal / recipe do you most like to have made for you? I should have just said all the question out in one go, and now I can't cut that out. That's great. Okay, so yes, I do cook. Yes, I like cooking. I quite like baking as well. And at one stage before I discovered sewing, baking was my thing. So now I would say there's not necessarily a meal that I'm known for, although when people come round I do try and cook them that salmon, lemon and pea risotto, and I make a good chilli. At Christmas time, when the family contribute different meals, I tend to make the dessert, and there's a really nice bread and butter pudding that I make, but I should say is Delia's recipe. and it just has grated nutmeg and cinnamon on the top, which makes it taste amazing, and then some alcohol soaked raisins. And I say alcohol because you can use whatever really. You can use brandy, rum, whiskey. I don't think vodka would work. Maybe don't do vodka. But yeah, I probably wasn't necessarily known for anything in particular, but I would be known for baking, doing baking stuff. And I'm just gonna answer the other half of the question just because I feel like it today. I really like Caribbean food. I really like curried mutton and jerk chicken, fried chicken, but like traditional fried chicken, not, although I do love KFC. I was going to say I don't love KFC, or rather I was going to say not KFC, but yeah, I really like that sort of food, and I feel like that feels really homely. I'm probably saying that's what I would like to be cooked for me because no one does do that, so it's what I would like in an ideal world. But more generally then, just comfort food, really like that sort of homely comfort food. Although I also like when people really put the effort in and it's all nice and fancy and like mussels or something. But yeah, I've answered far too much there and in a really shoddy way. Okay, finally, last but by no means least again, one sewing question. What is your favourite pattern ever and why? So I thought about this for a really, really long time before trying to come up with an answer. And I remembered what it was the other day and I was like, I can't believe I didn't think of that one. And now I'm not sure I can remember what that was, but I'm pretty sure it was the Megan Nielsen carry dress. I just love it, and I think that one, even though I've only made one and I made it in a fabric that I really like, and I think it works really, really well. So it's a striped dress, and you can find that on my blog. Even though I think it was partly down to the fabric choice, and I don't know whether I would love it as much in a different fabric, but I just really, really love that one. I think it's so well made, and yeah, I think it has to be that one. The other ones that I was debating over were the By Hand London Flora dress, because I really, really like that one. But what else was I debating? I do really like the Grainline Studio Alder shirt dress as well. But no, I'm pretty sure the Megan Nielsen carry dress is the one that I really, really like. I'm gonna press stop in a second and I'm gonna remember the pattern that I was like, oh, can't believe I forgot about that one. And I'll have done it again. But no, I'm pretty sure that was the one that I was thinking of. Right, that's a really bad video. I'm really sorry. I'm going to get back into vlogging and it's going to be better than this. Less rambly and less me looking around the room and trying to work out what to say and then saying it really badly. But yeah, those are my 5 questions in one take. Please show me mercy. Okay, right. I've done all my tags and everything. If anyone who I haven't tagged would like to get involved, of course, just go right ahead. And anyone who tagged me as well that I didn't mention, I'm really sorry, but thank you. And hopefully see you again soon. Bye.